Canada is very happy this week. Gold medal game versus Czechia. They coughed up a 2-0 lead. Czechia tied it in the third period, but Dylan Guenther, the golden goal, unreal game. Goaltenders played out of their minds. And by the way, we're going to be talking to him very shortly. But let's first go to the Canadian on the podcast for his take.
Well, no, I want to go to Whit because you had quite the hot take on the internet, on the Twitter ways in the semifinal game when USA got hosed with one of the worst hockey calls I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, well, that I think that's got over 1 million views. So no matter what people think of me, I'll take those numbies. I am well aware of the rules. Okay, I understand in the International Ice Hockey Federation that is considered goaltender interference. It's bullshit, though. I know that they got the call correct. I'm doing quotations for anyone in their tractor. I understand that's the call. The International Ice Hockey Federation, this is coming from an NHL referee. These exact words I'm about to say have been the number one people in the pussification of hockey. The rules are horrific. I saw guys getting kicked out of the tournament for hits that should have maybe been 2 minutes for roughing or charging. It's just a complete joke. And the fact that Jason Blake's son, I played with Jason Blake, the fact his son had the puck on his stick and got a goaltender interference call is a joke, man. I understand in that game they got the rule right. My video, and I didn't do a good enough job in saying that I know the rules. It's the fact that the rule is pathetic. And by the way, first off, because it's like the 17th thing I've said. Congratulations, Canada. What a team. Great effort. You have a superstar, Bedard. Guenther was unbelievable. It was a hell of a team. I love that kid, Zellweger, too. Jesus, what a defenseman.
Well, he just got they traded the arena. They gave up the arena to get him. And the Broncos.
Kamloops gave up the next 20 years of their organization.
Owner had to give up his ranch. He's one of the part owners.
Buddy, that kid.
He can lug the mail. He can lug the mail.
Drysdale on Anaheim. Yeah. Anaheim's going to be nice, but it was just so disgusting to see a goal scored and a guy with the puck on his stick do a great move and goaltender interference. Like, it's just a horrible, horrible way to ref games. And if the NHL players do go to the Olympics again, I can't imagine the shit we're going to fucking witness in terms of horrific officiating.
I agree with everything you just said, by the way. I think that obviously not saying that you're aware of the rules just gets all the trolls going, but your breakdown of saying that the pussification of it all and like taking it too far, kind of like when they took too far, like the foot in the crease thing with the Brett Hall, like that whole season was like wasted on such a dumb fucking rule. I agree with you, but I don't think that to the Olympic side of it, they send some of those refs, man, they're coming over from other countries and it's just ref completely different. We even remember when we had Brendan Prust on the podcast and he talked about going over to Germany and how bad they were there. So I think for
him hitting, he must have been running guys over too. That guy hit like a Mack truck. He's like, boom, game suspension. He's like, what?
But it is nice that it didn't end up being the deciding goal. Canada went on to lay a trouncing on the U.S. What was the final? Like 6-2.
See, that's another thing. Everyone's like, oh, 6-2 doesn't even matter. We also had another goal called back. That was a
poke of the pad. That
was a poke at the pad. That was the right call. But it's not about the fact that like the goal was called back and you still won by 4. It's the fact that it was a 3-3 game and that would have changed everything. Okay. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, it doesn't matter because you won by 4. Like, no, it's 3-3. Your asses pucker up a little bit. It was just, I mean, in the end, I love Logan Cooley. I think that Arizona has a stud on their hands, but doing the old, I can't hear you after making it 1-0 could have been a little old takes exposed-ish. I mean,
he used the Robert swipe for that.
Luke Hughes looked great. So people are saying that maybe at the end of his college career, like he would go up to the Devils right away. Like fucking.
Oh, Hughes. Yeah. Hughes. His coach at Michigan said, I think you'll see him in the lineup. And then they have the kid Nemec. So they have both of those coming. Pasha's just rubbing himself right now over his designer jeans he wears. And then shout out that Juracek defenseman on Czech. It's ugly days in Columbus right now. I think Columbus has 1 or less goals in 7 of their last 12 games. Ugh. And I know this is defenseman, but that guy's got a big game. I love him.
But as far as Canada's concerned, I mean, we're going to get to talk to Dylan Guenther coming on here. And I'm interested to hear like behind the scenes, going through the early tournament. I mean, that was a devastating loss. And then facing all that criticism in the media and it being on Canadian soil, I'm sure that was amplified to a level that he's never experienced before. That would basically like being a Toronto Maple Leaf having to deal with Leafs media. And so they had to go through that. It seemed like just throughout the tournament, like it seemed like such a close group. I'm interested to see if that loss even galvanized them even more, where they had to really stick together at that time. And just like all the way to the end where you got Bedard after the game, like, fuck off. I ain't talking about myself. I want to talk about this team, this group of guys, what I've been through with them. And then obviously as a Coyote and, you know, drafting Dylan Guenther and seeing the impact that he's made on the ice for the Coyotes early in the season. So happy that they gave him, because, you know, he's obviously a big piece of the Coyotes roster now, but allowing him to go get that experience and then to contribute on that stage, that's got to be huge for fucking his confidence. So I'm looking forward to really getting the behind the scenes on an incredible run by Canada, back-to-back gold medals. And then, you know, I thought, you know, Shane Wright had a strong tournament and he got to go prove himself and be in that environment again. Talk about I think we were bringing it up on the TNT call today because, we have like the Shane Wright topic and what, you know, him getting sent back to junior, and like go from like sometimes like there's so much pressure on these guys early on, and then going from first overall for 2 years, everybody thought, to fourth, and then all of a sudden like I wouldn't call it mayhem, but everything he was going on with in Seattle early in the season, like that's going to be hard on your confidence. But then for him to like go down to the AHL, get that experience, know that he could at least dominate at that level, then get to come back, score the goal against Montreal, and then go to World Juniors and then be the captain of the gold medal team. You talk about building that confidence back up. I think it's been great for him too. So a lot of great storylines for that Team Canada in this run. And I mean, you already mentioned Zellweger and what he's going to be able to do.
Yeah, in terms of Wright, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And I've said so many times that there's been certain picks and players that just jump in and dominate so quickly that it's just amazing to see the talent in these young guys. But every guy's different. It's fine if you don't play in the league right away, man. You could dominate in the AHL. You could dominate junior. I just hate the fact that there's probably kids out there who get picked high and then they start to panic a little bit. Like, oh, I'm not dominating yet. Look at these other high picks. They did it right away. Buddy, every guy's different. Every individual is himself. And you'll hear when we drop Chara in a couple weeks, his agent came on, Matt Cater, for a little bit and just mentioned this whole game is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about having a long career. Dude, who cares if you get to the NHL at 21? You got 10, 12 years to make a ton of money, be a great player. You don't need to do it right away. So I always tell young players I meet, like, buddy, don't worry. There's going to be ups and downs, and not every single person is McDavid, obviously. But I mean, it's just like, don't worry about what others are doing. And the last thing I'll say on the tournament, disgusting to win a gold medal 3-on-3. I knew they did it all tournament, and I thought even in the bronze medal game, I thought it'd be different in the gold if they went to overtime. I'm okay with 4-on-4, but I don't know, like 3-on-3 for the gold medal. What the hell is that?
I don't like it either. It's like, what do they got? They got a game after us? Is the ice rented?
Yeah, I mean, they're doing
the men's league coming on.
Honestly,
Halifax.
up in Canada, it probably is. There's guys with big deal.
They're like, we're charging $400 an hour for this ice. Fuck you.